This is extremely disappointing. This is a shame, and quite frankly, it's unacceptable.
The deadline to evict 3 homeless encampments in Philadelphia comes and goes, and there's still no movement in the stalemate between the city and the people living there. This is Eyewitness News at 6, and we are streaming live on CBSN Philly. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Jessica Cartalia. This is the 3rd time the city has set a deadline. The protesters, unfazed, say that they're not going anywhere.
One encampment is on Ridge Avenue. One is behind the Art Museum, and the other is in front of it. That's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Alecia Reid this evening.
Yuki, a rep from the city tells us they were able to get a handful of people from the encampment to move away today. However, the majority of them stood firm with their supporters, saying they are not dismantling.
We want affordable, safe, accessible, permanent housing.
That has been their message since the day their encampments were erected. Months later, and a number of eviction deadlines ignored, the number of supporters has grown.
Elsa Nolderman and the cartographers mapped up all the abandoned houses and found that there's 10 abandoned houses for every homeless person in Philadelphia right now.
Even with police and clergy present, the encampment still stands. The mayor spent the last 2 months meeting with organizers who he says rejected every proposal. Although he refuses to commit to a final deadline, Jim Kenney says when the evictions do occur, he wants to ensure they're safe.
Something's going to happen at some point in time, shortly. It's just that we're trying to get, look, if we had gone in there day one and cleared the place out violently, physically, you'd be asking me why we did that. So now we're trying to do it in a way where no one gets hurt or people get served. And now that's not fast enough.
While the two sides are at a standstill, the city says some progress has been made to help the homeless.
We've been able to house and give services to 139 people in the last few months and trying to continue those efforts.
Through federal stimulus funding, the new ESG Rapid Rehousing Program will be used towards helping the homeless.
We are creating 900 to 1,400 long-term housing opportunities. And that will make a dent. That will help some people move off the street.
In the past, encampment dwellers have said if they get evicted, they'll just reunite in another location. Mayor Kenney says should that happen, they'll cross the bridge when they get there. Reporting live from the Ben Franklin Parkway, Alecia Reid, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Alecia, thank you. It's not just the people living in the camps who are waiting to see what happens next. Many people living near the encampment say the drug use and waste problems over the last few months have become too much to bear. We spoke to one neighbor who says the eviction can't come soon enough.
Each time they said they were going to move it, living there and all, I felt like, okay, it was time to move. And I felt that the first time they did it. So this is the 3rd time they're trying to move it. And I'm just kind of getting tired of them saying they're going to move it and then not moving.
Stay with Eyewitness News as we follow every step of the city's effort to evict the homeless encampments. As soon as there are any new developments, we'll have them on television and on our streaming site, CBSN Philly, and online at cbsphilly.com.